Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Chandra Bagus Anjati. You may address me as Chandra or you may address me as Bagus. And my student number is 251201110. And today I would like to tell you the concept of sovereignty. Sovereignty, or in Bahasa we call it as kedaulatan, is the highest order or highest authority of a nation to run itself without the interference of other nations. So, if a nation is without sovereignty, then the nation cannot govern itself to determine its future, to maintain the territory, or to protect its citizens. And in modern international law, sovereignty is not just a political idea, but is a legal principle recognized by the United Nations under Article 2, Paragraph 1 of the United Nations Charter. The United Nations Charter clearly states that United Nations is based on the principle of sovereign equality of all members. That means every country, large or small, powerful or developing, gain the same legal status under international law. Furthermore, in Article 2, Paragraph 4 of the UN Charter prohibits the use of threat or the use of force against territorial integrity or political independence of another state. This provision is extremely important because it protects state sovereignty from aggression and unlawful intervention. This charter also emphasized non-intervention in domestic affairs under Article 2, Paragraph 7. Another significant legal source is the International Court of Justice, or the ICJ. The ICJ serves as the principal judicial organ of the United Nations and plays a major peaceful resolving disputes between sovereign states. Through its decision, the ICJ reinforced respect for territorial integrity, maritime boundaries, and sovereign rights among nations. In addition, international conventions such as the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea are essential in defining sovereignty over maritime boundaries. UNCLOS recognize the rights of coastal states over territorial seas, exclusive economic zones, and continental shelves. For archipelagic states such as Indonesia, this convention is particularly important because it legally recognizes Indonesia's status as a maritime archipelagic nation. Everyone, after understanding sovereignty in general, let us look how Indonesia implements and defends its sovereignty in international arena. Indonesia actively demonstrates its sovereignty not only through diplomacy, but also through concrete actions in protecting its territory and national interests. One of the major examples can be seen in the North Natuna Sea. Indonesia has been constantly taken action against illegal fishing conducted by foreign vessels in Indonesian waters. In 2025, Indonesian authorities intensified patrols and secured dozens of illegal fishing vessels operating in Natuna Sea. These actions were carried out to protect Indonesia's sovereign rights over its maritime sources. Indonesia also strengthened maritime boundaries through international agreements. In 2025, the Indonesian Parliament prepared to ratify a maritime boundaries agreement with Vietnam concerning exclusive economic zone in the South China Sea. This agreement reflects Indonesia's commitment to resolving disputes peacefully according to international law while maintaining sovereignty and legal certainty over maritime territories. Moreover, Indonesia continues to emphasize that it does not recognize claims that violate international law in the South China Sea. The government has repeatedly asserted that Indonesia's sovereign rights in the Natuna regions are protected under UNCLOS 1982. Indonesia also safeguards sovereignty through defense and security cooperation while maintaining its independent foreign policy. Indonesian officials have stressed that any international defense cooperation or foreign military access must remain under Indonesian national sovereignty and constitutional procedures. These examples that sovereignty is not simply a theoretical concept discussed in textbooks or in international conventions. Sovereignty is a living principle continuously be defended through law, diplomacy, unity, and responsible governments. In conclusion, for all I said, sovereignty is the heart of a statehood and international order. International legal instruments such as the UN Charter, the ICJ Statute, and UNCLOS provide the legal framework for respecting and protecting sovereignty among nations. Meanwhile, Indonesia continues to implement and defend its sovereignty through maritime protection, diplomacy, international cooperation, and law enforcement. For the future generation, we must understand that maintaining sovereignty is not the only responsibility of governments or the armed force, but also the responsibility of every citizen who values the independence, dignity, and unity of a nation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.